Hey guys, it's Anna, and I am the person behind Wild Abundant Life. And today I just wanted to come on and show you the 10 basic oils that we use in our house almost every day. The three ways that you use essential oils are topically, so just rubbing them straight on your skin, aromatically, so that would be breathing them in, and internally. And there are some oils that are okay to use internally and some that aren't. With doTERRA, they have this really handy supplemental facts on them. And so that's just a way to know if one is good to use internally. If you look here, there are no supplemental facts on Serenity. So that's a good way to know right out of the gate if something is safe to use internally. If you're using a different brand other than doTERRA, you're gonna have to do your own research, because the only brand that I use topically and internally on my family is doTERRA. So I feel confident in sharing that you can do the same, okay? Another way that I use oils aromatically is with a diffuser. There are lots of different diffusers out there. It's okay to get an off-brand one. The ones that I've used, though, have, I've noticed that they're a little more complicated, the off-brand ones, the cheaper ones. They have many parts, which I don't understand. And they also don't put out as much mist. But the way that you use a doTERRA diffuser, they're just two pieces, and then you fill them with water up to that red mark. Okay, it's about right there. And then you add between 6 and 10 drops to a large diffuser, maybe 4 to 6 drops to a smaller diffuser. So that's the easiest way to diffuse or use oils aromatically. And then if you're going to use oils topically on your skin, the best way to do that is to get yourself some coconut oil, some fractionated coconut oil. This is just coconut oil that never hardens, so it never gets cold and hard. So the reason you want to use this is because it actually keeps the oils on your skin longer so that they don't evaporate. Oils are the volatile aromatic compounds that are found in plants, and they're made to evaporate very easily. The reason we like them is because they evaporate very easily and they get into your system by breathing them in. But if you want it to go through the skin and into the bloodstream, you want to hold it down with some coconut oil. The other great thing about using coconut oil is it actually helps carry the oil into your skin, so it helps absorb faster. If you use coconut oil as an aid to using your oils topically, you actually are speeding up the process in a major way. So diluting your oils doesn't make them less effective. It actually makes them more effective. Now, these are the 10 oils that we use almost every day. We use them for almost every purpose. There's lots of different combinations that we can do with these oils, but I'm just going to show you what we use these individually for today. So the first one I'm going to talk about is lemon. I use lemon in several ways every single day. Lemon is great for cleansing. It smells really nice. If you don't have time to clean your whole house and you have guests coming over, put a little lemon in your diffuser. It's also really good for the respiratory system, and it's really good for the digestive system. It does have the supplemental facts on there because it comes straight from the lemon peel, the oil that's found in the lemon peel. So if you put 2 drops in your water every day, it will actually help clean out your digestive system, help things get going. I like to drink about 32 ounces of water while my coffee's brewing in the morning, and I put two drops, that's all, 2 drops of lemon in that. It's also like nature's version of Goo Gone. So if you have something sticky in your house, you can drop a drop of lemon on that, rub it until the sticky disappears and it peels right off. It's really nice. I know you guys have smelled lavender. I know you've probably used lavender, or at least lavender scented products to help you relax. And that is the #1 way that people use lavender. This lavender smells different than any, oh man. It smells different than any lavender scented product that I've ever smelled, any lavender candle, because it actually comes from the flower. It's the actual oil that is in the flower when it's growing. Lavender is really great for relaxing, so you can add it to a bath. You can add it to the bottom of baby's feet because it's so mild. You can use it directly. Add a little coconut oil in there to make it stay there longer. Put it in a diffuser to help little ones relax for the evening and go to sleep. The other thing that lavender is really good for that a lot of people don't know is it's really good for any skin irritation. So if you get a mosquito bite, if you have a strange rash that's itchy, or if you grab a pan right out of the oven without thinking about it first and you get a burn, lavender takes the sting out of burns, and it takes the itch out of bug bites and like irritations in the skin. Peppermint. Some of you might have used peppermint tea to help ease a stomach ache or nausea. Peppermint oil is so much more potent than peppermint tea that to get the same amount of peppermint oil, you would have to drink 28 cups of herbal tea, peppermint herbal tea, in order to get the same amount of benefit as one single drop of peppermint. So even though a small little bottle of essential oils may seem expensive, you're actually getting multiple uses. You're getting about 300 from a single bottle. So it actually goes a really long way because a single drop is a single use. Peppermint is great to keep by the bed if you wake up with morning breath, or if you have a hard time getting out of bed in the morning. I like to put a single drop on the roof of my mouth, swallow, breathe in, and it really helps wake me up when I'm feeling sluggish. It also helps freshen your breath. Peppermint in the diffuser is amazing for waking you up, helping you focus during the day. Oops. And it's also really good for just the occasional headache. So the way I use it for that is because it's a little intense, I do like to add some coconut oil to it, but I put it right up at the top of my hairline and right on my temples, and then maybe at the back of your neck. If you are somebody who deals with hot flashes, peppermint is really cooling to the whole body system. So if your little one is feeling very hot, or if you personally are going through that, I like to put peppermint on. I live in Texas, so when I get overheated, put peppermint on the back of my neck, and somehow it seems to cool down the whole body. So that's how we use peppermint. Frankincense is good for the entire body. It's good for the hair, the skin, the nails, the hormones, the heart rate. It's great for helping oxygenate the blood. So whether you use it internally, whether you use it topically, or whether you put it in the diffuser, you are getting some amazing benefit. It's the same frankincense that the wise men gave baby Jesus, and it has been highly valued ever since then. Frankincense, the way I usually use it is I drop a couple of drops in my skin cream and use that daily. And I also put 1 or 2 drops under my tongue directly, and I'll show you how you do it. It's very easy. You can feel it when it goes down. It takes a little getting used to because the taste is a little bit strange, but used internally, especially under the tongue where it can get right into the bloodstream, it's very calming, very soothing, and it's really good for helping balance out the hormones. So that's how I use frankincense. Melaleuca. Melaleuca is a fixer, and it's also called tea tree. Melaleuca is for problems. So if you have an itchy scalp, if you're wanting to keep your hair and scalp healthy, if you have pimples, if you have something going on with a toenail or a strange skin irritation, if you have a little one that you want that has scraped their knee and you want to help keep germs at bay, Melaleuca is great for that. It has antiviral, antifungal, and other properties that help keep your skin clean and help solve the problems. I personally like to use it for acne, just straight out of the bottle. You don't need coconut oil for that. And I like to add a couple drops to either a root spray or just straight into my my shampoo. So that's what I use Melaleuca for. You can also use it around the house cleaning. Add it to a household cleaner, especially if you're using a natural cleaner. It smells really like a cleaner. Okay, oregano is what we call a hot oil. If you put oregano straight on your skin over and over, you will get a blister because it is such a powerful oil. But it is also really good for keeping you healthy. So we don't use oregano every single day, but it's so good for the immune system that I like to put a drop or two in our spaghetti sauce so that the whole family gets the benefit. And you can see right there, supplemental facts. Okay. I also like to use oregano topically for little ones who are dealing with warts. We actually had a wart on one of my kids' hands. We put it on there, put a Band-Aid over it, washed it the next day. Make sure you keep that clean. Don't use the oregano around the thing because you don't want to get a blister. But that wart died and fell out within a couple of days. And I didn't believe that would happen, but it did, and I was really pleased. So that's what we use oregano for. You don't want to ever put oregano in the diffuser unless you really are dealing with germs around the house, because your house will smell like a pizzeria. Okay, the next one is one of my favorite oils because it was the oil that took me from a skeptic to a believer. This is called Digest Zen. It's a blend of lots of different oils, and it's made by doTERRA to solve a specific problem. This is great for any problem that you have in your digestive system. If you can't go, if you can't stop going, if you have a tummy ache, if your little one has a tummy ache and you're not sure if they're just trying to avoid bedtime or if something's really going on, you don't want to give them something over the counter that might cause a side effect or might just be a little too harsh for their bodies. But putting natural oils with a little coconut oil straight on their tummies is a safe option. They feel cared for. If their tummy is really acting up, they have relief from that. But this one will get a response from your body very, very quickly. Some people say 90 seconds. Some people say 5 minutes. I would say within 10 minutes, you're going to feel different than you did when you first put it on. So I use 2 or 3 drops of Digest Zen, 1 pump of fractionated coconut oil, and I rub it right on my belly or somebody else, whoever's dealing with it. If your discomfort is up here, put it where it hurts. If it's just kind of a general feeling of nausea, I like to drop 1 or 2 drops in the belly button because that kind of helps the whole system. So that one is called Digest Zen. Okay, next is Breathe. Now we don't struggle here. Nobody here has asthma. Nobody here has real serious respiratory issues, but I have heard from several of my customers that this is a game changer for you if that's something that you deal with. In my house, we use it for nighttime. I put it in the diffuser, maybe with a little lavender, and we use it if the allergies are acting up and people are just feeling stuffy, or the seasons are changing or pollen counts are high. Breathe is a blend that is really good for helping open up the airways. So that's how we use Breathe. Notice this one is not good for internal use, but it's great to put on the chest if the little ones are having trouble. Maybe rub on their backs over their lungs, and then put in the diffuser. Breathe is a huge hit, plus it smells really good. It's got eucalyptus in it, and it just smells clean and fresh and wonderful. Okay, this time of year, we all run out of On Guard because this is the protective blend that helps really support our immune system more than anything else. So I like to make a little roller bottle or just use a couple drops with some coconut oil, and I put this one down the spine of my kids and on the bottoms of their feet, especially if they are going to be out in the world with kids who don't wash their hands always and like to cough in each other's faces, maybe at a family function where people are bringing their kids who are sicker than they're admitting. On Guard is great for that. And it just helps support your body's ability to fight off pathogens. Your body is working overtime this time of year. And so On Guard just gives your body just a little extra support. Now, if somebody has been to your house and then they call later and say, oh, we didn't know our kid was sick and now he's running a fever and throwing up everywhere, you're going to want to make a spray with your On Guard, about 20 drops of On Guard in a spray, fill the rest of it up with water, and spray it on every surface you can find, okay? And then you're going to want to grab your diffuser, put a bunch of On Guard in there, maybe a drop or two of lemon, maybe a couple of drops of oregano if you're really worried, and then just run that diffuser in every room in the house. If you have several diffusers, even better, okay? So that's what we use On Guard for. And then last but not least is the husband's favorite. A lot of guys are skeptical. I was actually the most skeptical person in my family, but if your husband is skeptical of essential oils and how well they can work and how fast they can work, you've got to show him Deep Blue. This is great for any aches or pains or body inflammation that you may have. So if you've just gone through a surgery and a knee surgery and your knee is swollen, if your neck is aching, if you have, difficulty moving your arms and your shoulders, if you have lower back issues, if you have nerve issues, nerve discomfort, okay, that was a major one with me, keeping me up all night. Deep Blue is amazing for that. I put a drop or two of Deep Blue plus a pump of fractionated coconut oil. You can see how this is like super useful to have. I put those two things, rub them together, and then put it where it hurts. So if it's your lower back, rub it in. Some people, again, you feel it within 5 minutes. Some people, it takes about 10. But if you feel like you need a little extra support in that area, maybe you've been standing all day and the backs of your knees hurt. Maybe your feet just feel like they needed a little extra circulation. Deep Blue has wintergreen and peppermint and blue tansy and a lot of oils that are great for inflammation and circulation. So they're gonna get that blood flow going to that area, which brings oxygen to that part of the body, and oxygen speeds up healing. So that's why it works. The oils in here are very soothing. They're kind of like an icy hot, but a totally natural version. So Deep Blue is what we go for there. Now that's 10 oils. That's the basic. That's where I usually suggest people get started when they've never used oils before, because these 10 oils do the most for the most people. You will find a use for these oils every single day. Put a little note on your medicine cabinet that says, have you tried an oil before you go to something that you can find in the drugstore? Because there are so many ways that you can use these 10 oils to replace some of the things that you've been getting from the drugstore. They're natural, there's no side effects, and a lot of times they work better and faster than the thing that you're buying at the drugstore. If you've never used oils and you want to get started, reach out to somebody who knows how to use them. And if you don't have anybody, I would love to be that for you. Typically, we suggest starting with a kit or maybe just a couple oils. So reach out to me. I would love to help you out. I would love to be your oil lady. Or if your sister or your cousin or your neighbor sells oils, go talk to her. I know she would love to help you. All right, you guys have a good day. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.